Hey guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with the start of a new reading vlog. I just finished editing my Reading Green Books vlog, and that's like an hour long. I did not realize how much footage I had, but we are not doing another color video. First, we need to do a video finishing series. I have done, I think, 2 episodes of this, and I have so many series that are unfinished and some that I've even started since doing these vlogs. So I need to continue. I need to continue trying to knock series out, and I have so many options, and I honestly don't know what I want to read for this vlog. So we're gonna talk about it because I do want to read. I am almost done with On Love Rose Lane by Samantha Young, and I do have an e-arc of the book 2 for that. So that is a high priority for this vlog. That is a spinoff of her On Dublin Street series, so I would love to keep up. I was late getting to this book, but now book 2 is coming out, so I would love to read book 2. I don't know, I think it has to do with someone who's famous. That's all I know, because I saw Christy talk about it in her really fun like travel vlog. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch, because she lives in Alaska and literally it's the most gorgeous place ever, and she went on like a road trip and she talked about this book. So I will link her channel down below, but I definitely want to read book 2, and I don't know what I want to listen to on audio though. So if you don't know, I do have a crochet channel now, so I've been crocheting a ton, which means I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks. I do have a read along for the Vicious Lost Boys with my Patreon, and our live show is a week from today, and there's 4 books in that series, or I think there's 4. But I apparently have already read the first book before, and I gave it 3 stars. But we voted on it to read together, and I didn't remember ever listening to this before, but the first book's 4.5 hours. So technically I need to finish this series, and technically I need to restart book 1 because I don't have any recollection of it. I also must have listened to this before I was like super into Why Choose, because I have no idea what this is about. I don't remember listening to that book, but all of them are like 4. The first book's 4.5, the next 2 are 5.5, and the last one's 5.5. So like that's literally like 2 books technically lengthwise, so I could knock that series out this week. So I definitely want to read that for this vlog, and I don't know what else. I have to look at what audiobooks I have. I could do the Sadie Kincaid series. I've been talking about that a lot every time I do this video, because I read the first book in her Why Choose series and I really enjoyed it, and I definitely should continue on. And I don't know if I have any other, oh, I could finish, I still haven't read 2 Twisted Crowns, but I don't know if I'm in the mood for that. And then I have, oh, I didn't realize Problematic Summer Romance came in. Oh, I do want to listen to Caught Up by Nevessa Allen. I might actually start that next, though I'm really worried because I don't think a lot of people like it. I loved Lights Out, but I brought it up during reading sprints with my Patreon yesterday, and every single person said they gave it 3 stars when we were discussing. But this will be my next book because I do need to read this. I really want to. So we're gonna read Caught Up. Hopefully just read that tonight and tomorrow, because I'm almost with my audiobook now. Definitely read the Vicious Lost Boys series, and I feel like I have a lot on Hoopla that I could potentially read. I do need to read Descent by Caitlin Taylor. Haven't read that yet. Promised in Blood by Sadie Kincaid. Would love to read that, and I could read Taming 7. Do we do that? I don't know, because I have to read it physically. It is short though, so I could read that for this vlog, because I do have to read my Samantha Young book. But I would love to read Rebecca Genchak's new book, because that's the last of the series. Actually, I might purchase that on Audible. I don't remember if it's come out yet, and I would definitely devour that audiobook. So I know it was in the process of coming out, but I don't remember if it is out yet. So, is it Playbook? No. Spotlight? I think it's Spotlight. It is. Oh, it's already out? Oh yeah, it came out in June. It came out a couple weeks ago. So I will probably download this audiobook because it is also 10 hours. So who are the narrators for this one? I don't think I'm Christian Fox and Samantha Summers. I don't know if I've listened to Samantha Summers. I'll probably get this on AU and then get it for $7.50 for the audio. So that's that plan. I also did buy a ton in the Audible sale, so I potentially could have something there to read. But, oh, Plus Size Player technically is book 2. That's part of the series, yeah, by Daniel Allen that I could read. And I could also read, I never finished Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. Is the last Elsie Silver book I have to read. Have not read that. And I think that's it. Oh, The Puck Decoy by G.N. Wright is also a potential. So we will see what I end up reading. We've got lots of options, but we're gonna read Caught Up first. we'll see if I like it. Hello everybody. It is only a couple days later, but I have quite a few reading updates for you. It is Tuesday. I didn't do actually a lot of reading yesterday because I didn't do a lot of crocheting yesterday. I kind of took a break and we finished Department Q, the show. It has Matthew Good as like the lead detective in the show, and I really liked it. We still have a mystery happening that was not solved in the first season, so I'm intrigued to see hopefully if they do the next season, because we definitely flew through that, so we'll see if it comes back for a new season, but highly recommend if you're looking for a new show to watch. I did finish Caught Up, and I don't know what to give this. I feel like 3.5 star. I feel like 3 is too harsh but 4 is too nice, so I don't know what I would want to like move it down to. And I will stipulate it is not because the heroine's a sex worker. I saw a few TikToks of people getting really mad that people don't like this book because they're saying it's because she's a sex worker in this one, and in the first book he was like the cam person doing like thirst trap videos, and that's not my problem. What my problem was that there was not as much fun in this one than there was in the first one. It just felt like your run-of-the-mill, not really special mafia romance. And even then, we didn't even get really a lot of mafia content because he was just like doing things for his dad, and he hated the fact that he had to do things for his dad, and so he pushed her away. But he's been stalking her for like 10 years. And it's not the, oh, you're stalking me, but like I kind of actually like it, so I'm gonna play with you too. It's like, oh my god, you're stalking me, like you terrify me. And but not only terrified, she's just mad. And so I didn't like their dynamic. I just feel like it was just a little lackluster. Like nothing made this book special. It was just, he liked her, he followed her around, and she was very passionate about her work. I actually thought it was really cool, her setup. Like she did like a lot of videos, and so did her other roommate, and then they had a third roommate, and they were in charge of the editing, and they all they all did that together. Sorry, Lily is feeling herself today and she is very excited. She has not gotten a stroll in a while because it's been so warm, and it was raining today. Sorry, she's gonna freak if this falls onto her. So we have not been able to go on walks together, but hopefully I can take her tomorrow, which means I have to wake up early. I love walking her on Tuesdays in the morning because I don't work out on Tuesdays, but it was raining, so we're gonna take her tomorrow after I work out. Anyways, I felt like the book was just a little lackluster, so I made it, I think it's a 3 star. Like I was just listening to it, I flew through it, and I did like her friends, but nothing was super exciting. I just meh. It was just meh. So I think I'll give it 3 stars. But I did get halfway through the Samantha Young book, A Royal Mile, and this one's like a 4 star right now. It's very cute friends to lovers, and they're really close and kind of dancing around each other, and that's really all that's happened so far. He's opened up to her about a lot of different things, but I don't love like both of them just like need to tell each other they like each other. She thinks that she's being friend zoned, he thinks he's being friend zoned, and so they like kind of get jealous if they're like going on dates with other people, but kind of treating each other like a significant other without any of the physical stuff because they're around each other all the time, they text each other all the time, and yeah, they're just super close. And so it's very cute, very slow burn so far, so we will see how that continues. And then I did start Danielle Allen's new one, which I was very excited for, but I'm 3.5 hours into this and I don't know, I haven't read the back, but like I don't know who the hero is. This feels very women's fiction because she is a fashion influencer, and I don't love influencer books. So that was my problem. So like I read the first book in the Samantha Young series, and she worked in social media, but she was not the influencer. Like she worked social media marketing for bigger people, which I liked, but this one she's just talks a lot about brand deals and going to events, and like I love the perspective of a plus size curvy heroine in that industry, because that's what she is, and she's had like people multiple times already be mean to her about her size, but she's very confident in herself, and so she talks about like having to deal with that in the industry, which is just very interesting. It's just not my favorite following an influencer character, and she is dating like 4 guys, and I'm like, I think I know who the final guy's gonna be, but then I'm like, is this even a romance? Like, is she gonna end up with someone? So I don't know where this is going, but it's very women's fiction. But I love Danielle Allen, I want to give her book a shot, so I'm just gonna continue reading this to see how it goes. But that is my reading update. I started a new sweater. We're making a rainbow hexagon cardigan. I do have my crochet channel, so this will be my next video over there. If you're interested, I can link that down below, but that is what I'm gonna do tonight. I have sprints with my Patreon in an hour because my sister just left for work, so we are alone with the puppies tonight, hence why Lily was attacking me, because my sister left and she's like, what are we doing now? She is very excited. So that is the plan. I'm gonna read this book, crochet this cardigan, and maybe watch the new episode of Love Island tonight because I don't want to wait until tomorrow. It's getting juicy, and I usually wait to watch it during work, but like right now I'm like, I kind of want to watch it now. So we might end up doing that, but that is all. Hello everybody, it is Thursday. It is already Thursday. I haven't talked to you in a while. I haven't read in a while. I did finish 2 books, but I feel like I should be ahead of that because I have not been having a lot of time. I've been working a lot lately. It's just been a busy week, and I leave in a week and a half for Europe. So I did finish the Royal Mile book by Samantha Young during my run today. Running saved me in this reading vlog / my reading sprints on Tuesday. So I finished this one and I'm giving it 4 stars. I think I liked book 1 better, but this one was such a cute friends to lovers romance and I really liked it. Maybe a 4.5 now that I think about it, which is exactly what I said about the last one where I gave it 4 and then rounded 4.5. But I love good friends to lovers, and it's only appropriate that this one's friends to lovers because the heroine's parents were in Before Jamaica Lane, which is my favorite Samantha Young book, and that's friends to lovers. So this one, the hero kind of like pursued her. When it's friends to lovers, I don't love how they're like, oh, well, I guess he'll never see me that way. So like, it is what it is kind of thing. I like it better when they both kind of like realize their feelings. So they are both pining for each other, but it definitely feels one-sided because the hero won't make that risk with her, even though he does like her, and the heroine's just kind of like waiting to see. And you do have him like, I do like the moment where they're like, screw it, get together, because the hero is trying to be into other girls and then she's getting hurt and then he sees her with someone else and he's like, absolutely not, and it just kind of like breaks the tension or explodes the tension between them. So I did like that, and I love this setting so much because it does take place in Edinburgh, which is one of my favorite places like literally in this world. I went there last fall and spent a few days wandering the city, and I've been there twice now, 3 times. I've been there a couple times and I love it. And so they went to a couple places that I'd visited, and I just love the vibes of Scotland so much. So I literally am obsessed with it. So I do love that this took place in Scotland. I did physically read this one and I did the audio of book 1. She usually has amazing narrators that do the accents. So I do recommend checking out those, even though I did not do the audio of this one, but it was a really good friends to lovers. I really enjoyed it. So probably 4.5 now that I think about it, but more so on like the 4 side. Well, the other one was a 4.5 and I really liked that like hate to love tension between them in the first one. So very excited to see who this 3rd one's about. I don't think I know who it's about, but oh, and there was like royalty drama in this one too, and like having someone like that has status enough for you and stuff like that. So just know that going into that one. But I also finished my audio of my Danielle Allen book, which I have said before, I don't love influencer books. And so it's hard rating a book when it's literally not the author's fault. Like it's just something I don't prefer reading about. So I am giving this a 4. It's probably like a 3.75 round up to 4. More so on that side. It's definitely not like more towards a 5 star, especially considering book 1 I loved. This one starts out very women's fiction. So the first half, she's dating around. She's got a whole roster of guys that she takes on dates and keeps her company, and she is an influencer. So she is a plus size model. She works with fashion brands and she goes to networking events, and I just find that extremely boring because I am in the influencing space on my social media platforms, and I don't love reading about it because it also kind of seems glamorized and easy. Like when authors write about it, they kind of make it seem like, oh yeah, influencing is just so easy. You just post and get all these views and all these likes and all these brand deals and it's great. And I was like, okay, like it's not that easy. It's not that easy to achieve, I will say. And so I don't love reading about it, and I don't love people like worrying about like, oh, I gotta make sure I interact with my followers and I like that. Like I just don't like that. And so this does have that, and it focuses on it a lot, especially the first half. So the first half was more so like a 3 star for me. I just did not love the just women's fiction feel. She's just going about her life and her influencing job. But once she settles on a guy, because she's kind of likes the fun one, and she's like, I like these dates. I really like how he makes me feel. Like, am I catching feelings? feelings, and they fall for each other, but they figure out that they have a forbidden romance. So that is definitely a big part of the second half of the book, which is where it brought it up for me, because then they're kind of like annoyed with each other because they're like, how are we gonna be together? Like, this is a really annoying situation. And then they're like, maybe we shouldn't be together, but then they can't stay away from each other. And this is super, super, super spicy, insane chemistry between them, and figuring out how to make it work while she's also doing this influencing job for this major brand that she has to have like an exclusivity clause with, kind of thing. So if you like influencer books, you will probably like this, but I will say the second half is much more my speed than the first half. So those are my thoughts on that, but the audio was great. It's Wesley Siobhan, who's one of my favorite narrators, so highly recommend checking out the audio. And next I'm going to maybe, oh yeah, I need to see if I can get this book. Let's go look. I would love to read Taming 7, but I don't know if I can get this on, is it on KU? Yes. Okay, so the new book's not on KU, so I wasn't sure if this was on KU. So let's go ahead and add this to my library. It's not too long, is it? Or is it still like 600 pages? Oh, it's only 450 pages. Okay, this is gonna be my next physical read. So I'll start it tomorrow. I was gonna say when I work out, but I'm not running tomorrow. I don't have a run until Saturday, which is my long run. So we'll see. But I also have my parents' dogs this weekend. So it's always a crazy time when they're over here. But those are my reading plans. So my next audio is gonna be The Vicious Lost Boys. My next physical book is gonna be Taming 7. I'm probably gonna do way more audio the next couple days, so I will keep you updated. But we also have Love Island, which I usually used to watch during work. Now I gotta watch that at 9 o'clock at night so nobody spoils me. So I'm hooked on that. So we will see. It's when new episodes drop, is 9 at night. So I watch it as soon as the new episode's ready instead of waiting for work, because I can't. So maybe I'll do some work that I can listen to an audio on. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, that's all. Hello everybody, I am working away on this sweater and listening to the Nikki St. Crow book. So I actually got to walk the dogs this morning because it was finally like 61 in the morning at 7 a.m. and I feed the dogs at like 6:30, let their food digest, and then we went on a walk and I listened to the first book by Nikki St. Crow, and I just finished it. I was too busy watching Love Island last night to listen to my audiobook, but I did finish book 1, and I think I originally gave it 3 stars, but that was when I was like not a Why Choose reader. So I think maybe 4 stars this time around. I actually really liked it. She sleeps with multiple of them, and usually Why Choose take like a little bit more time to kind of like do that, but I'm not mad about it actually. I really liked how fast-paced this was and how Peter Pan is so mysterious, I guess, because he's looking for something. I don't want to spoil it. And we meet all the lost boys, and they just like are always kidnap the darling daughter, and so the heroine's mom's gone crazy. Every woman in our family goes crazy, and so she knows she's going to, but it's always because they're taken by Peter, and then something happens, and then they're returned kind of with their minds messed up. It's very entertaining, and like I said, it went very fast, and I like each of the guys so far. Like, I think they're all pretty unique and fun, and I'm just having a good time. So first one's bumping up to 4 stars now. I am more of a Why Choose reader now though, so I think that's why I like it. I don't remember when I first read this, but it was definitely when I wasn't super into Why Choose, and now you guys know, like, that's my favorite genre. So really excited about reading book 2 now. It's jumping, literally we ended on a cliffhanger and jumping directly into book 2, and book 2 is only 5.5 hours long, so I'm gonna fly through that. I'm actually gonna try to finish today because it's 7 something right now, and Love Island new episode is on tonight, so I'm gonna finish this and then watch my new episode of Love Island. So those are my plans while I crochet away a new sweater. So yeah, I will chat with you guys probably when I'm done with this one, honestly, because I am updating you normally like halfway through books, and halfway through a normal book is like 4 or 5 hours, and that's literally how long these are. So yeah, we'll chat later tonight and see how it's going. Good morning, everybody. That was Gigi moving over there. I'm gonna find so many bones in my bed because my dogs really only chew on these like hard bones for before dinner when they're hungry, and they just like need something to gnaw on. Gigi carries them all over when she's over, my parents' dogs. But I'm obsessed with this flavor right now. I'm so excited to drink this morning. I have my water. We're gonna put some Liquid IV in there. I did my 7-mile run today, which felt so nice. I actually like get excited on Saturday mornings to run, more so like after the run. Then I feel great. So another great morning. We're at the beginning of a heat wave, so it's already 80 degrees and it's 10:25, and it's gonna get to 88 today. And the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, literally the next week, it's gonna be high 80s, early low 90s. I am gonna die. But we're gonna get through it. I did finish the second book. I just finished it actually. I was just putting away some dishes and I was ordering some more Liquid IV. I was doing something on my computer while I was listening. So I finished book 2. It was only 5.5 hours and it was really good. I feel like this definitely is like half spice, half plot. And like the plot is super interesting and I love the pulls from Peter Pan. Like it's so fun. Like we have Hook, we have Pan, we have his shadow, we have something with the Tink, something with the Fae, we have the crocodile, which we haven't met him yet, but he is this villainous character that everyone's terrified of. We have Vane, who I don't know who he's supposed to be in the normal Peter Pan story, but the heroine's name is Winnie and she's a darling. And she is just like wants all the men for herself. She's just like, I want them all, I'm determined to have them all. So you know what, we love a girl who goes after what she wants. So I'm actually really enjoying this. That was probably another solid 4-star read. So book 3 is 5.5 hours and book 4 is 5.5 hours. So I have about a little over 10 hours of listening, but I listen at 3 times speed. So I'm gonna finish this today. It's 10:30. We're gonna fly through these audiobooks, hopefully, because I had to finish this by my live show tonight. And I also, on my run this morning, I read more of Taming 7 and I'm 25% into that book and it's just so sweet. Like if you love these characters and you loved the first 4 books, you're gonna love Taming 7 so far because at least from what I've gotten, it's a lot of their friend group. And I do remember there was like a camping scene that we got at the beginning of this book and I remember that kind of towards the end of Keeping 13, if I remember. And then we have like the beginning of the school year, which is at the end of both Keeping 13 and Redeeming 6. So we're kind of like at that part where Johnny and Shannon are great and Joey and Aoife are like working things out. So it is now Gibbs's story, which I love him so much and I love him and Claire so much. Like they are just so meant to be, and I love a story where they have been leaning on each other since childhood. They're like their safe space, and that's really what this is. I know I've been spoiled what Gibbs's trauma is, so I'm really dreading getting to that part because you don't really even know, you know, something bad is going on, more so than him losing his dad and his sister. Like we got that scene of the funeral in the opening scene, but there's way more to his trauma and I know what it is, so I'm just like waiting for the shoe to drop basically. So I'm a little wary, but Claire's so in love with him and he's so in love with her, but they don't want to ruin their friendship and it's so cute. It's so good. So I'm gonna crochet and listen to my Vicious Lost Boys books, and then I'm gonna read more of Taming 7 tonight. There's no Love Island on tonight and I need to stop watching that at 9 because then I don't go to sleep until like 10:30, 10:45, which is way too late for me because I wake up around 6 every day. Even today was the weekend. I woke up at 6 to let the dogs out because Lily would not go back to bed. So I fed them, let them out, and then went back to bed until like 7:25, and then I worked out. So I need sleep. I need to stop staying up so late because I'll stay up and watch Love Island and then I'll just like kind of sit on my phone and then read and then go to bed. So I need that process to happen at 9 and not 10. So I might be pushing Love Island back now to watch at the beginning of work again, even though it kind of gets distracting. So I have to figure out a good plan. But my sister's catching up, so maybe we'll watch it. No, I don't know. I don't want to wait until the very end of the next day to watch it. So I have to figure it out so I don't lose sleep. I do have my parents' dogs. I did mention that, but I never actually explained. They're babysitting my brother's kids this weekend and they live about 2 hours away, so they drop their dogs off. So we're babysitting the dogs. My parents are going out and babysitting the kids. So I get to spend time with these 2 crazy pups and they love it here. So they follow me around everywhere, those 2. My dogs just like chill. They just like hang out wherever. Usually when my sister's sleeping, they're sleeping with her. These 2, they will follow me everywhere. Literally Bailey was in my room while I was getting ready and Gigi was outside the door. So Gigi is so attached, she will follow me to the bathroom. But she's cute. I'm gonna go crochet and listen to more of this audiobook. everybody. I just got off my live show with my Patreon. I'm uploading a video because I couldn't upload it while I was in my live show because I don't want to upload a video while I'm streaming, but I am gonna upload this now. Nope, not going live. I did finish all the books in the series. I was flying through those. I did crochet a lot today. It was just a really nice day. I just got to chill with the dogs. I filmed and edited a video, chatted with my sister when she woke up, crocheted the day away. I'm trying to finish this for a friend's birthday, so that's why I'm in crocheting a lot. But I just did my live show with my Patreon for this series, so it's the Vicious Last Boy series, and we all collectively, either people DNF because they weren't interested, but most people finished and gave it 4 or 5 stars. So I gave the entire series 4 stars. I won't be individually reviewing them. I think it would have been better as 2 books instead of like 4 5-hour audiobooks because they were so short, but they all did end on pretty intense cliffhangers that made me like really want to read the next one. But I love a whimsical, even though it was super spicy, the whimsical setting was just so fun because it was on, it's like Peter Pan, so it was in Neverland, and there was just like magic involved and lots of like high stakes and different plot points. That was fun because even though it was like super spicy, like they were on each other all the time, there was still like plot points that were important, and like people that were their enemies, people trying to kill them, magic they were trying to get back, magic they were trying to steal, and like shadow stuff, and a lot of like dynamics that were really well fleshed out. So I really like that about this. Like even though the books were all so short, it is the length of like 2 full-length books, and I feel like it did a good job keeping me interested and engaged. And the epilogue, I asked in my Patreon, I was like, is there a next book? Because like they for sure hinted at 3 different characters being together, and there is. I think there are 2 books. So I would be intrigued to read those, but I had so much fun. I'm really happy I reread this because when I first read it, I was like, and I don't love like novellas, and I wouldn't say that this was a novella. It's not a standalone, so it's all like a continual story, so it doesn't feel like unfinished like a lot of novellas do for me, or like not developed enough. But when I looked at my original review from 2023, I was like, I finished that in one day and it was fine, but I was like looking at it as an individual book and not, and because it's half the plot spice, I was like, what really happened in this book? But if you look at it as a series as a whole, it's super entertaining and addicting. I loved Tink's character too. I feel like a lot of adaptations play Tinkerbell so differently, like either she's good or bad, and this one was super interesting how they had her character. Smeed was really fun, who is like Hook's right-hand person. It was a woman in this one, and she was really cool. Loved her character. So I really liked their take on all the different Peter Pan characters and like the Wendy character, and it was fun. I had so much fun reading it, so solid 4 stars for the entire series. Highly recommend the audio. It was full cast. They did an amazing job. So I'm gonna be reading Spotlight by Rebecca Genchak for about 40 minutes, and then Bailey's gotta drink water now if you can hear that. And then I'm going to read more of Boys Atonement. I have not finished, I haven't continued any of that yet, but I do have a lot of crocheting to do. So we're gonna get into bed with all the dogs, which is where we were before, and we are going to read my audiobook. And I think that might be my last audiobook for this vlog. Because how many have I read so far? Okay, well, I have read 6 books for this vlog so far. I've only finished 3 series, so I might end this with Spotlight by Rebecca Genchak. Oh, and yeah, so that's gonna be 8 books for this vlog, which is crazy, but like not really, because 4 of them were really short. But yes, so these are gonna be the last 2 books I read for this vlog. We'll see how they go, but I'm gonna go crochet more and listen to my audio. Good morning, everybody. Well, good afternoon. It's already noon, but this is my first time downstairs after this morning. If you can hear a fan, we have a fan running down here. We have 4 dogs in the house currently, and it's gonna be 90 degrees, so trying to keep the airflow going. But I did run 4 miles this morning, read some of Taming 7, and then I mowed the lawn right after, which was not fun. I've chugged a whole big Stanley of water already today. I knew I had to mow the lawn in the morning though, because it's, like I said, gonna be ridiculously hot the next week. So, and then I was doing a couple work things on my computer and planning some stuff for London. I'm trying to figure out where I want to do tea, and then I'm trying to figure out where, if I want to see Hercules in the West End, which I think I will do. So I was just researching a little bit of that because I leave soon. I haven't planned anything of the 2 days I have free. Well, I actually have like 2.5 days. I get there at 7 a.m. on Wednesday, and then I thought we would have stuff on Friday, but we only have setup on Friday. So my only plans that I have for sure on Friday in London, because I'm doing it for Rare London, is dinner and then setup, and then all day Saturday, and then my rest of the time there going to Ireland is packed, so I'm really excited to have the early time. I don't know what I want to do. If I take a day trip to Bath for like Jane Austen stuff would be fun, but I don't know. Gotta decide all this, but that's what I was doing this morning. So it is already 12:15. I was just taking it easy. I did lay in bed for a little bit because the dogs got me up at 4 and then 5:45. So the problem is, like, normally, like, if it's just my dogs, they can be like, go back to sleep, it's not time yet. But because there's 4 of them, they just get so excited. So I let them out at 4, went back to bed, and fed them at 5:45 because my mom feeds my parents' dogs at like 4:45. So she gets up early. But I did read more of Taming 7 and it is so good. And like, I'm worried because like it's just like a cute romance so far and I'm already 43% into it. And I'm like, when is the shoe gonna drop? Like, when are we gonna get the pain? Because I feel like in her other books, so much of them focus on the pain, and then this one, I know what Gibbsy has gone through, but we're not exploring that right now. We're just showing him just trying to put on this face with his friends. He's like the happy-go-lucky, goofy guy, and he really has a ton of trauma. And I love how Claire's there for him. And Claire is like, when are you gonna man up and like tell me you like me? And so they just learned someone else has a crush on her. So it's very like high school cutesy romance right now. And I'm worried about, but like what is really nice about this book is that we had so much trauma in the first 4 books, and I know we're gonna have way more trauma in the next book, that this is just kind of a nice break where it's like you just get to see them being friends. I mean, obviously there's like problems within them, especially with Lizzie and Gibbsy, but it's just cute seeing their friend group. It's cute seeing things that had happened in the past books in this one that I don't want to spoil. It's cute seeing all the Lynches. So we see Joey and we see Aoife, we see Tig, I think is how you say his name. I forgot to look up the pronunciations. There's a couple, like Lizzie's sister and I think it's one of their moms. It's either Gibbsy's or Claire's mom. I'm like, I need to look up how to say this name because I have no idea, but it's really good so far, so I'm really enjoying it. And then I am listening to Spotlight, so I definitely got to listen to more of that last night, and then when I was mowing my lawn, and so I'm about over halfway through it, and I'm about to sit down and finish my sweater that I'm working on and listening to this, and it's really cute so far. He is like so gone for her, and I do love a hero who's gone for the heroine, who's like, hey, I want to date you, I want to be with you, like let me in. And he's a baseball player, and so I really love this scene of her watching him play baseball because she's trying to like push him away and just like doesn't want to like date, and she's super into him. Everyone around her is like, why are you staring? And so it is very cute, and he's so into being there for her daughter, and it's just been really cute scenes. So I'm excited to continue on, and that is really all I have to update you on right now. So I'm going to, I wish I was going to London with my sister because it's so much easier to plan stuff, because I'm like, you want to do this or this? So I have to figure out what I want to do there, but I am going to finish reading this and then hopefully finish Taming 7 today. So those are my plans. I'm going to definitely edit one video, maybe edit another one, film a crochet video, and possibly film my July TBR. We'll see if I do that, but those are all of my plans today. I wanted to run a couple errands, but I don't want to leave all the dogs alone. My sister's sleeping, so I'm going to run some of those errands tomorrow after work instead of today. So those are my plans. Hello everybody, I'm here way later than I should be, but I have finished a book. I am almost done with another book for this vlog, and I can finally get this up. But I also have something I got on Amazon that I want to share with you once I've talked about these books. So first, I did finish Rebecca Genchak's book. I did finish the 4th book in the Holland Brothers series. I want to say playbook for like every single book in the series, and I can't remember. It is Spotlight. Playbook's the second one. But I finished Spotlight, and this was like a solid 4-star, most of it, and the ending I loved. So I want to do like 4.5 star. This one, single mom, and he's a baseball player, and she doesn't want to get involved, but they do get involved, and then there's some drama at the end that was like super realistic, and I loved his connection with her daughter so much and how important that was to him and to her, and it really made the story that much more emotional for me. And I don't want to tell you like what the plot is that made me really love this one, because that would definitely spoil the ending. So just know that I love their connection so much. I love the baseball. I love her visiting the stadium. I loved all the brothers that were involved, and this huge cast of characters in this final book really made an appearance, and I loved that because you just get to see them through the series so far, and it was just really cute. And I love a good baseball romance. I feel like I haven't read one in a while, and he was just kind of trying to find his footing in baseball because he didn't have a really consistent season the season before. That's why he keeps on being traded. So it was like, is he good enough? And her grandfather was a super cute character as well in here, so I just had so much fun. So she also has a bookstore, and I love a bookish heroine. So, and like there's also plot with like the rival bookstore as well. So 4.5 stars to that audiobook. I am still trying to finish Streaming 7. I am about 75% into this. I do plan on finishing tonight, and this one is tricky because if I did not know his trauma, I feel like there's a lot of hints that he's gone through trauma. I just feel like so far 75%, and it's just like your basic, definitely emotional, but like friends to lovers romance, where like they're super tight, super close best friends, like they can never live without each other. Obviously they both have really strong feelings for each other, and they kind of like have to do something to take that final step to like be together, but they really have to address their insecurities, and he really has to really work through his trauma in order to let someone in and be with them. And my issue is that it just feels like it's kind of just like a cute, definitely gonna be sad but I haven't gotten there yet story of just like this friend group. So it kind of feels like just like a side book almost. Like it doesn't feel like their time has been able to be fleshed out enough, which is sad because this is short and they're the only couple that has one book, and I don't know if she rushed this or something, but like right now I just feel like I'm not as immersed in their book as the other books were, because they went through so much in the other books and we haven't seen that as much in this one. Like we skipped over their entire childhood aside from the prologue. So I wish I was more connected to their romance beyond the fact that like I just love them as a couple, and I remember seeing them in the background of the other books and I love them as well. And you know they're gonna end up together, but I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting for this like trauma to come up and be addressed, because I know it has to, and it still hasn't. I feel like I'm close to it, but that is really where I'm at with that book. I still love it, but I don't know if it'll be a 5-star for me, just because it feels kind of just like a, here's an extra book in this world where you get to see like all the characters that you know and love and have this little romance here. I would have loved a full-blown fleshed out story for them, and I feel like this just isn't it. So I love these characters. I'm looking at it, I'm like, why am I having so much trouble like being obsessed with their book like I was the other ones, and like fully emotionally invested? And it's not that I'm not emotionally invested, it's just that like I feel like there's not that strong of a connection as the other books. So looking at it itself, it's a great book, but looking at it in the grand scheme of the Boys Atonement series, I feel like it's just a little lacking in that development that the other books got. And I think, I don't know if she had like always planned to write this one next, but I heard that she kind of like changed her mind, and that kind of would make sense if that's the case. But still reading it. I'm trying to finish tonight. We will see. I do have to finish a crochet project though, but I did end up purchasing a new tote bag. So I am going to Europe in a week. This video should be up before then, but I'm going to Europe and I wanted a tote bag, and I was going to get one of the base ones, but the problem is I have to take Ryanair. And if you traveled in Europe, I used Ryanair in September when I was in Italy, and I think we use it from Scotland to Italy. They're cheap, but I had a carry-on suitcase that I thought, and my sister, we both had measured, thought they were within the dimensions of a carry-on suitcase with their airline, and it was not. They made us put it in the sizer, and mine like stuck out width-wise like an inch, and my sister's was no lie like half an inch too big, and they made us check them at the gate for an absurd amount of money. And so I don't have a carry-on suitcase, but I will have 2 carry-on bags. I'll have a backpack and a tote bag, and I was gonna go get the base east to west tote bag because I really like it, but I think that'll be too big, and I'm worried that I can't have the 2 big carry-ons because they're like, you can have a purse and a carry-on. And so I ended up getting this tote bag off of Amazon that I also could just like fold up and put in my suitcase if I really wanted to, because I am having a checked bag on this trip because I'm going from London to Ireland. And the only flight we could get to the city we need to get to for an event is through Ryanair. So I was a little stressed about that. So I decided to get this bag because I was looking at like a tote bags, and I do have a Coach tote bag I love, but it doesn't zip. And I wanted, if I'm gonna be like having it on the floor of an airplane and carrying it around and bringing it to things with me, I wanted it to zip. So I got this. It was literally $30 on Amazon. It's super cute. I think it's like soft, and like I like that it's flimsy because then I can easily put it in a suitcase if I have to. But I did end up getting, because I saw something say like it's huge and things get lost in here, so I got a bag organizer to go inside. And because I didn't want, knew this was just going to be like thrown around a plane, I didn't want to get a light color. So they did have a light pink, but I didn't want to get the light pink because I was worried that it would just get super dirty really fast. So I got a pink insert to go inside of it, and it has like a zipped pouch. It has a bunch of different pockets, and this is gonna go inside, and that is my tote bag for my travels, so that I can bring this on the plane with my backpack. I can bring it to the signings that I need to go to and any of like the bigger events I need to go to. Like when I'm going around the city, I'll have my like small Uniqlo bag, but this is my big bag that I'll bring to my events and onto the plane, and I think it's cute. It was like super folded up in a tiny bag when it came, so I'm just letting it kind of get its shape back, but I think it's cute. Excited to use it. So that is what I'll be using when I go to Europe, and just want to show you that. I also got my Liquid IV restock in. So I got Concord Grape, which is my favorite flavor now. I got Cotton Candy, and I got their new Raspberry. So I love my Liquid IV. I drink one a day. So those are my little updates for you. I'm gonna go and crochet some and try to get the sweater done. I finished earlier today. I actually finished this morning. It's literally crying on my bedroom floor finishing this book. So I will still stand by what I said the last time I checked in, that Taming 7 is definitely a 4-star read comparing it to the first 4 books in the series. I did cry. I wasn't sobbing. Nothing will be Keeping 13, but like in terms of crying. But for this one, I finished after I ran this morning. I had like 10% left, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna finish. I'm not gonna like worry about trying to finish this 10% some other time. So I literally was sweaty. I ran 3 miles, and then I ate breakfast while I was reading, and then I went upstairs, and I was like, I'm just gonna finish. I don't want to sit on my bed all sweaty and gross, so I just sat on my floor and I was reading, and like it really hit me more so because of the friendships. Johnny Kavanagh is like a man like no other. He is perfection. Like the way he cares so much for Gibbsy and like how good of a friend he is. I'm just like, Gibbsy needs that. And like how lucky, these aren't real people, and I'm talking about them like they're real people, but how lucky is Gibbsy to have Johnny in his life? Because there was a scene that I was just like, it was literally meant to be not only in the romance but in the friendships, and it kills me. Like these characters need each other wholeheartedly, and Johnny is just like so integral to every single book, even the last 3 ones that aren't his. He is so integral to their stories and their happiness and their ability to overcome their trauma, because he's just such a good guy, and I'm obsessed with him. He's so just there for everybody, and he thinks about everybody, and I'm just like, ugh, you are just a little gem, and I love you. So I did give this 4 stars though, because I do think that, especially reading the end, the trauma was not given enough time to breathe. Like there was not enough time for Gibbsy to really work through it after things had happened and work through it with Claire. I feel like it was just very like boom, 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 done. And I was like, I think like this is a big trauma. Like I think, and he did make a point. He's like, I've been dealing with it for the past 10 years and you guys have been dealing with it for 2 days. Like obviously you guys aren't gonna get over it as fast as I am. Not get over it, but like live with it. And I wanted a little bit more depth to that, like him having Claire help him through it. Like he basically was just like, great, we're good. And I'm like, wait, like no. And so I feel like the other books just do a lot better job of the aftermath of things that happen, and in this one it was just so fast, and I feel like this book was too short. She needs to write, like let Chloe Walsh write. I don't know if like this was her first traditionally published book front list, so the other 4 she wrote and published herself, and then this one I believe she wrote with her publisher, and I just feel like they cut too much if she wrote more or she was too constrained, I don't know, but it just needed so much more to it. It was still an amazing book. I love these characters. I love Claire and Gibbsy together. They are literal friends to lovers, soulmates, and I really, 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 really love that, but it just needed a little bit more time with the characters and their story. And so that's why it's gonna get a 4-star for me, but I'm still so in love with the series and I'm terrified of the next book because Lizzie was so mean, and I know why, like, you know why, but she's so mean. And like, I really understand when Claire is like, so look at Shannon. Shannon's been through crap, hell and back, and she's not mean. And I know people deal with trauma differently, but it'll be very interesting reading Lizzie's book, especially seeing her relationship with Hugh in this one. So we will see that book, but I know that one's only the first book for them and it's super long, so I feel like that's gonna give me the time I want with the characters. So yeah, that is my update on that book, and that is my update for this vlog. We read so many. I don't know, we didn't have any 5-star reads, but we did have a lot of solid 4s, which is amazing. So, and we had a 4.5. Rebecca Genchax was 4.5. So really solid reading vlog, really fun time. Next vlog I will actually catch up on the Boys Atonement series, and I just love knocking these series off my TBR. So that is amazing that I'm caught up on the 3 series and almost caught up on the 4th that I read for this vlog. But let me know what series you are excited to finish. If you've read these, let me know, and what series you want me to finish next. I would love to hear, and that's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.